What's up, girls? Welcome back to my channel. It's Whit here again with another video. As you guys can see today, it looks a little different behind you, girl. I got lights. I got lights behind me. I told you guys in my last video, okay, make sure there was no gloss on my teeth. I told you guys in my last video that I was gonna be changing things up. Not only did I change up my lights, I have a new lens that I'm filming off of. So that has changed, and some more stuff is gonna be changing. I think, because I have two LED lights behind me, I think I want to buy two more to put them in front, because now with the LED lights, I feel like my ring light's not nearly as powerful as I want it to be. So yeah, but anyways, I'm so happy. But before we get started with the palette, make sure you guys comment down below. Comment down below if you are enjoying this, because I am. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow your girl on IG. Follow me on Instagram at Ask Whitney. What else? That's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I recently picked up the new Sample Beauty. This is the Painter's palette in collaboration with Beth Painter. In collaboration with Beth Painter. And it looks like this. It's another rainbow palette. What can I say? Right now, that is the mood for me. I've been loving everything colorful, especially matte colorful palettes. So I saw this and I couldn't resist, so I bought it. But I want to show you guys how it applies. For the most part, they do swatch nicely. You guys, I'm not really into swatches. Like they just take too long, and usually I always film when I'm hungry, and it's time to break my fast. So I'm ready for this video to be done with. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, I already have my brows partially filled in using my Anastasia brow pomade in the shade Ebony. And then I have my eyes primed using the P. Louise base in Rumor 3. So we're just gonna jump into this. I am so excited because y'all look, this is the palette we're using. I can hold this palette up without me fading into oblivion. If you watch any of my previous videos, you notice that I wouldn't be able to keep the palettes up on the screen long enough because just the lighting was terrible, but my background's lit. Today I'm gonna be using the Sample Beauty, the Painter's palette, and this is in collaboration with Beth Painter. She is a makeup artist. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the shade called Scamp, which is this blue right here, and I'm using this Morphe brush. This is the M441. But anyways, let me tell you guys about how I even discovered this palette. So I had bought the Be Perfect, the Carnival 3, the Love Tahiti palette, which I do have a video up on my channel, and I had bought that palette. Obviously, it's a rainbow palette for the most part. It has just about like every type of color you would want from the rainbow. And so I was like, okay, I don't need to buy anymore. Mind you, I had been buying stuff prior, like crazy. So I now saw this one after I already bought that one. I was just like, Whitney, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it. And I felt like I had talked myself out of it. But then I kept going on to the Sample Beauty, their Instagram page, staring at the palette. And before I knew it, I was putting in my credit card information. Have any of y'all ever done that? Like, you just looking, and before you know it, you put in that credit card, that expiration date, that CVC code. It's like, bruh, how did I get here? And then I'm gonna take this Sephora brush. This is the number 10. The number is gone. Yeah, this is the Pro Crease number 10. This is no longer being sold. It got discontinued years ago, but Sephora collection has recently launched like new brushes. But if you have any like blending brush like this would be perfect. And I'm gonna go into the shade, I'm gonna go into the yellow shade. I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's called Gemini, and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff out the edges. And the reason why I did yellow is because I wanted it to fade into a green, you know, going back to art class, you know, what we learned. I'm gonna lower my camera down, you guys, just so I don't, like, if I'm gonna lower my camera. All right, you guys, so I'm so happy to be filming right now because just a little, you know, a little testimony, but your girl got into grad school. So yes, I will be getting my master's in, a dual master's in business administration and health administration. And if you guys have been following me for a while here on my channel, you would have known that I went to school for something completely different. I actually wanted to be a physical therapist. And then I realized that I don't really want to do that. So I found myself in a place of, sorry if I keep looking at a viewfinder, is because this lens, like, it really wants to focus on that, and no. And I have a monitor here, but it's not yet set up because I don't have the right HDMI cord. It's still on its way. But anyways, I found myself in a place of limbo. I was just like, what's going on? Like, you know, what are you doing? And I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life anymore. Like, the only thing that was kind of like going for me really was my channel, and hence why I put so much effort into it, because I really enjoyed it, and it was doing well for the most part. But I was like, I still want an actual career, you know, because let's be honest, like, YouTube blew up, but we don't know. I like stability. I like to be certain, you know. So I'm getting my master's now, and anybody has ever done like a grad program, you guys know that it is a lot of work, and time management is something that you have to learn how to master. Like, I've been having all these papers and stuff to write. I started last week. I don't want to fall behind in my schoolwork, because that would be horrible. I haven't really been able to film the way I wanted to film. So I'm really happy that I'm sitting here, because I genuinely love doing YouTube. Like, I really, really love doing this. I'm gonna take this shade and a little bit of this is it 1999? Yeah, a little bit of this 1999 shade. I'm gonna mix both of these, and I'm just gonna further deepen the crease. You know, because from all that blending, we kind of like, you know, blended away some of the pigment. I've been really enjoying this style of like eyeshadow, like laying down this shade first, like the deeper shade, and then doing the transition shade afterwards. It really does help with like building up pigment and not having to constantly like pack on. But the only thing is sometimes I do feel like I'm taking a little more time blending, because I want this to be a little bit more seamless. But other than that, I like this technique. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease. I'm using this e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm gonna take my Playing in Makeup by Yolando, the eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna take, this is the letter B. I'm gonna use that to go ahead and cut more crease. Alrighty, so the crease has been cut. Now I'm gonna go with this, this is a Luxie brush, I believe. Ooh, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a Luxie, their small tapered blending brush. Sorry, it's like the name is like rubbing off. But I'm gonna go into the Scamp and the 1999 shade, those two blues, mix them, and then I'm just gonna go over this a little bit. And looking at it now, I think I kind of want to just lift up this blue a little bit higher into the crease, because I want it to be prominent. You guys, guess what? I'm hungry. When am I never not hungry while filming? Never. Like, literally, I'm always fasting, and I film in the morning and I'll be ready to eat. But I've been fasting since around 1-ish yesterday, and right now it is 10:20. I think I like the way the crease looks for right now. So I'm gonna go into the shade called Pumpkin, which is this. Is this Pumpkin? Yeah, this is Pumpkin. This orange shade, and the brush that I'm using is the Morphe, the 433. And I'm just gonna place this all over the lid. By the way, you guys, I was able to get my hands on that Nikki Tutorials or Beauty Bay times Nikki Tutorials palette. So once I get that, I will be doing a video on that for you guys. I like Nikki Tutorial. I actually genuinely like her. She's just so sweet, and she just be in her own world, and she's also really talented. So when I saw that she was coming out with a collab, I definitely wanted it, because I didn't get anything from her Oprah collab just because I just didn't want it, and I don't need any more highlighters. And then also her Too Faced collab, that shady collab, I didn't buy anything from that just because the palette she honestly came out with, I wasn't really interested in, like the overall like color story and everything. And then I'm glad I didn't, because apparently Too Faced sold crappy versions of it to consumers, but gave like the influencers and YouTubers the better quality. So dodge a bullet with that. But this one, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to support. So went ahead and bought that, and I can't wait to play with it. Those shimmers in her palette look so pretty. All right, so the eye look for the most part is done. I do want to blend out this because I can still see like my primer. All right, so the eye look for the most part is done. The question now is wing or no wing. I feel like the look will look nice with a wing, but the energy that I have right now, I don't have the energy for a wing. It's not there. I'm gonna do a wing. I'm gonna do a wing because I feel like it'll look really good with a wing. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera, and then we'll be back. Whew, okay, your girl is back. Back. All right, so I went ahead and did a wing. I did do a wing, and I put on my lashes. These are the lashes from AliExpress in the style 5D77. I used the ABH gel liner in the shade Jet to go ahead and do my wing. For foundation, I'm using my Fenty, the hydrating foundation in the shade 420. And then for concealer, I use the e.l.f. Camo concealers, which these are fire, and I think they're like $6 each. I use the shade Deep Olive. I go with that one first, and then to brighten it a little bit more, I use the shade Tan Neutral. And then for my bronzer, blush, highlight, all that good stuff, I use the Tammy X Revolution, her Paradise Glow palette. I just use these three, so bronzer, blush, highlight. Listen, you guys need to get your hands on that if you don't have it. I freaking love that face palette. How do I want to do my bottom shadow? Do I want to just keep it, should I do purple? Dang it, sometimes I wish this was live so that, like, you know, we could chit chat. A part of me wants to do purple. A part of me wants to do blue. A part of me is saying that I should do both. So, oh my gosh, I love this damn palette. It's so pretty. Ooh. I want to use either this aubergine color or this purple. Oh wait, is this purple too? No, that's like a navy. Actually, no, that might be a dark purple. It's like a mixture. It can either be purple or blue, depending on what you want it to be. We'll say that. Yeah, depending on what you want it to be is what it's gonna be. I think I might do this shade because you know what? It's different. This is the shade called Alex. I'm gonna go ahead and take my ABH liner and line my waterline because it looks a little weird with just shadow and no liner. I like that. I like that. I like that. Where's my brush? Okay. And then I'm gonna go into the shade called Smoky. It's the black in the palette. This shade right here. I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna smudge this here. By the way, this brush that I'm using is the Morphe M432. For my lips, I'm gonna take the Juvia's Place Sequoia lip liner. And then I'm going to take this is the She Glam Their lipstick in the shade Heartbeat. And then taking one of my favorite lip glosses, this is the Artist Couture lip gloss in the shade Uncensored. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair off camera, and I'll be back to close out the video and give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. All right, you guys, so this is the completed look, and let me just say, I love this palette. I love it. It's beautiful. This actually isn't my first time using it. I've had this palette for over a week now, and I did practice some looks with it, you know, just kind of see. So I have tested out the shadows prior to this, and they blend like a dream. Didn't have any problems. The mattes are gorgeous. It's primarily a matte palette with only 3 shimmers. And the reason why I just felt like I love this palette so, like I wanted it so much, was that it's like the truest rainbow palette I could think of. And hear me out. It has every single color. Every single color. Usually rainbow palettes, they will come with, like, you know, the typical, the pink, the orange, yellow, blue, purple, you know, greens. But this one has, like, you know, these different variations of purple. It has like these neutrals, which are like cooler tone, and then it has like warmer tone browns here. It has a gray, okay? Listen, I actually like gray eyeshadow. It's not nearly as used. I don't see that many people using it, but I do like me a nice gray eye look. You get a silver in there, you get a white, you get a black. And then also, you know, if you're a little aware of like mixing colors, you can start creating new shades with the ones you already have here. But yes, I love this palette. It is gorgeous. And if you only had to use one palette for the rest of your life, you can literally get every single look that you want out of this for the most part. I mean, obviously it doesn't have like those special effect shades that, you know, people love, like from the Pat McGrath palettes, like, you know, those crazy duochromes. But take that out, you get every other color that you want in here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll talk to you beauties later. Bye.